So the app quit working. I don't know, maybe 12 minutes into the previous video that I was recording. So I'm going to add these two together. But I'm not entirely sure where I left off, where the other video stopped recording. I've watched it twice now, and I kind of don't have the exact train of thought, but I know what I was getting to. I was getting towards the idea of how I came to understand that I was trans. So I may repeat some things that I said in the previous recording. So I had been doing research in Charlotte after having seen the trans girl who I was in school with, who rode the shuttle, and that's when I started watching the videos and doing the research. And I had the story of Thor dressing up as a woman to retrieve his stolen hammer, which seemed to be a metaphorical almost advocating for trans behavior. And in Scandinavia, trans behavior was not unusual for shaman, which is what the reason I was studying it. I was interested in Scandinavian shamanism or mythology and religion, and that story kind of made me question kind of how much power I had given up in trying to be a man. That story made me think that Thor retrieved his hammer, which is a symbol of his power, if not, his actual power. It is a symbol in a certain sense, and so he retrieved his power by dressing up as a woman and marrying this giant, and I just thought about it, and I remember the Buddhists claimed that suffering was caused by attachment, and I thought, how much suffering have I caused myself by basically pretending to be a man for so many years? And that just so happened to coincide with seeing that trans woman at the school, that it was kind of it was like the planets kind of aligned at that time, and I hadn't quite decided that I was trans. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm definitely trans. It was more like, I think I might be trans. In Charlotte, I did not do anything to experiment or to confirm that I was trans. I basically just kept doing research, and I would mostly watch YouTube videos. I must have watched at least 100. I don't even know. And I was amazed by some of them. Some of them kind of scared me a little bit. Not that the people were scary, but there's just the thought of, being a man for most of your life, and then all of a sudden you're not. Like, that would just be, I think, a total just shock to the system. So I came to Salisbury, which is where I live now, and it was, I don't remember what exactly prompted it. I think it might have just been watching so many of the trans videos and remembering the Thor story and that kind of thing, and I think at one point I just decided to just give it a try, to just go and make myself a woman as much as I could. I mean, I don't mean like in the typical transition sense, but I mean just to go get a dress, a wig, some makeup, and that's what I did. I went to the Goodwill and bought some stuff. Actually, I don't think I bought the clothes first. I think I bought the wig first. When I put the wig on and the makeup, that was when I had an epiphany, and that was when I I'm not gonna say that I discovered that I was trans, but I mean, but I guess that's, if there was a discovery, it was that. It was just a realization that there was a part of me that I'd been neglecting, missing, for most of my life. That there was a part of me that I just almost in a way was not even aware of it, because it was so, I'm using my hands here to talk, it was so kind of pushed back in my mind, I guess. And I did forget to mention the Robitussin trip, which I refer to as the Knot in the Wood vision, that I had when I was about 21, 22. I was at a friend's house tripping on Robitussin, and I had this vision of an island. It was like you can imagine like an island in a stream, or a knot in woods. It's kind of the same image of, you have this kind of stuck, like round kind of thing, and the lines are flowing around it. And in the vision, I knew that I was the knot, I was the island, and the string that was flowing around me was life. And life wanted to take me with it. It wanted me to kind of break up and dissolve and carry me along with it, the river, the stream, or whatever you want to call it. And the vision told me that there was something I was holding on to. I said, it didn't say it in English, but it kind of just, it was apparent in the vision, if that makes sense. It's almost like dream logic, I guess, like when you know things, but you're not actually told them, in words. But it told me that I was holding on to something, that I was afraid to let go of it, and that was causing me not to live my life. Basically, that life was just going on without me. It was moving, and I was standing still, which is exactly how I felt. Most of my life, I felt like my life was on pause. It's like, at least at an emotional level, it was like someone just hit the pause button, and I went through life never really living. The life was just I don't know what to call it. It was fake. When I had that vision, I thought the only thing that I could think that I would be attached to is this idea of being a man. That I was afraid to let go of this idea that I was a man, or to embrace the idea that I was a woman. So that was quite a while back. But I did forget to mention that in my series of things that kind of pointed me in this direction. But no, it was actually putting on the wig and the makeup and looking at myself in the mirror. Looking at myself now on the screen is not doing me much good. I don't know if it's just the lighting or what. It's not very flattering for me. But it was that was it. I wasn't certain, and there was tons of confusion that came after that. Some of it was things like reading about the anima and the animus from Carl Jung, which, if you're familiar, Carl Jung said that all men have a feminine side and all women have a masculine side, which is the anima and the animus. And I thought, was that the anima that I saw, or was that, am I just a man with a feminine side? And it's just this side of me is like, one hand is a woman's hand and one hand is a man's hand, kind of thing. Is that kind of what I am? Like a hermaphrodite, Shiva Shakti type thing. That there was a lot of kind of not wanting to be a woman. There was a lot of hesitation, reluctance, thinking I seem to have found the root of my problem, but I really don't want that to be the root of my problem. I kind of wish there could be a different root of my problem, if that makes sense. Changing my seat. Can you see me now? Am I too high? I swear this wig looks better in the mirror, but oh, that kind of look cute, huh? Um. So yeah, there was a return to drug use, I guess, after that. And I shouldn't call it a return because I had been using drugs even before that. But I had kind of cut down and slowed down quite a bit. But I felt like the drugs might actually help. Not that it might have been part of me just trying to escape, but part of it I thought would actually, especially Robitussin, which I used and I liked because of the visions, because it kind of would give me insight very often into my true wants and that kind of thing. And so I did quite a bit of Robitussin during that time, and it didn't really help too much. Really, the thing that's helped the most is seeing myself as a woman, like literally looking at myself in the mirror. Even now, when I kind of get a glimpse of myself, I think I kind of look like a woman, and that really helps more than anything. So things happened, and where I lived, I was in Salisbury at that time.